Putting this event together, Marianne and Anastasia. Terrific turnout today, and thank you everyone for coming. And we're here today to remind the pundits and the media and the politicians in Washington that we, the people, are still in charge of this country, and we're going to keep it that way. Now, I know a lot of us are not only teed off today, but frankly, I'm fed up.
Yeah.
And we're fed up with Washington forgetting about those first three words of the Constitution, which is we the people.
Yeah.
And this crowd that we have here today is truly the face of middle America, middle class, hardworking folks. And we saw rallies like these all across the nation only several days ago. They swept across the nation just as General Washington swept the British back across the river here to Trenton, New Jersey. And being here today, we've all made a very critical decision. We will no longer tolerate elected officials who say one thing and go and do another. We will no longer tolerate politicians who refer to our founding documents, to our Constitution, to our Bill of Rights, to our Declaration of Independence on an election year or when it's fashionable or politically expedient.
Right.
And we're here today because words like family, like faith, country, sovereignty, patriotism, and freedom mean something. And we believe as Americans in the unalienable, non-negotiable rights found in each one of our founding documents that still reign here in the land of the free and the home of the brave. And we're here to send a message loud and clear in Doylestown at the county seat, in Harrisburg at the state seat, and at the federal level in Washington, that we're not going to take it anymore, and you're going to listen to what we have to say. We will not allow you to tax us anymore. We will not allow you to spend our money. We will not allow you to take away our freedoms. You will enforce our immigration laws.
That's right!
You will respect our sovereignty in a country, and we have a constitution in a land we still call God's country.
Yeah.
Now, how many people here today, want to make sure I'm at the right rally, think politicians are better suited to spend your hard-earned money? Does anyone really think that the likes of Geithner or Reid or Pelosi or for that matter Murphy or Specter have any right to be spending any of our money?
Traitors!
It's our money!
Throw the bums out right here up in front.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I'm not willing to give up 1 inch of any freedom or liberty for a promise from Washington for a little more peace, security, and prosperity.
That's right.
We need to stop balancing the budgets of foreign regimes and foreign countries in the form of foreign aid or stimulus plans or bailouts and start budgeting our own budget right here in the United States of America. We need to start looking out for our own workers, for our own families, for the middle class, and for our citizens right here for a change.
Yeah.
We need to rebuild our nation's manufacturing base and help businesses right here in Bucks County.
Yeah.
Frankly, it's un-American to allow our fine American workers and corporations who employ them to shut down their businesses, to ship them overseas to China or to Mexico or to South America, where they're not paid a decent wage. They do not have any environmental standards there. They do not respect human rights there, and then dump those products right back into this country only to increase a bottom line on a balance sheet.
Right. Right.
Now that may feed corporate greed, but it will not help that unemployed, now factory worker, feed his family here in the United States.
That's right.
It's high time we start looking out for Americans first and look out for small businesses and middle-income families right here in Bucks County and across the whole country. And that's what this rally is about today. There's also one issue that we need to address, and I see this sign right out here that this gentleman has, and that's that issue of illegal immigration.
Yeah.
And as Ronald Reagan once said, a country that does not control its own borders isn't really a country anymore.
That's right.
Our government has the obligation to defend the states of the Union from invasion, both foreign and domestic. And for 40 years, they have been derelict in that duty.
Yes.
It's time to regain control of our borders and institute a sensible immigration policy where we Americans decide who comes and how many.
Right.
If we could secure the borders and defend the borders of South Korea and Germany
And Iraq.
and the Middle East, why can't we defend our own borders right here in the United States? We say again, once again, to the politicians in Washington, read our lips, secure our borders now.
Woo!
We have been the silent majority for far too long in this country.
That's right.
And the adversity that our nation faces is very real and very imminent. And the hour is getting very late. And the Founding Fathers left us a document. They left us a roadmap to help us through these turbulent times. Our politicians like to forget that document. It's called the Constitution.
Yeah.
Now, some folks that I spoke to before this rally, even some co-workers, some family members, they'll say, Jeff, things are too far along. I don't know if me just sending out a few emails or coming to a rally is going to do anything. And individually, that is true. But collectively, we can affect change in this country. And we saw that Wednesday, we saw that at Tea Party rallies across this country. There were thousands of them held and tens of thousands of Americans standing up and saying, enough is enough. We want our country back. We need to regain that fighting spirit of the Founding Fathers. For much of the adversity they faced during our struggle for independence or at the Boston Tea Party in 1773, we now face today in this country. And it's time to stand up and be counted. And today, specifically at this tax rally, we stand in opposition to federal tax codes and bailouts that enrich the wealthy elite, big business, and impoverish a productive middle class. From Monday to Friday, and for some of us Saturdays now and Sundays, we get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. If we have children, we send them off to school and we go to work. And we work 8 or 9 or 10 or more hours a day. And that money gets transferred to Washington, and that's not right.
That's right.
That's right. It's our money.
It's not right because it's not their money, it's your money. You earned it, it belongs in your pocket, and it's time to start taking this country back.
That's right.
And the current administration, the Obama administration, and frankly, politicians on both sides of the aisle seek to pass $1 trillion stimulus plan and spend our money and spread our money around even more. How many people are in favor of that? That's right. So today, I want you to join with me and issue an ultimatum to our elected officials, those who are here today and those down in Harrisburg and those in Washington, that we don't want any more empty rhetoric and we're going to hold you responsible.
Yep.